Yo, what's up? It's my mom's boy Chico being back at it again. What is going on, everybody? And as we all know, season 3 of Battlefield 6 isn't too far around the corner, and they have dropped some more updates on what's going on with the game, what they're going to fix, how they're going to fix it. And I've skimmed through some of it, and mate, there is some changes there that are not going to be very happy with some people, especially Mortar people. Remember that Mortars is one of the big changes that they're doing for Battlefield 6 Season 3. So let's get into it. Let's have a look. Here we go. It's up here. All right. Straight away, as we know, the launch of Season 3 is May the 12th. May the 12th. We've been told that. So it's official now that it's May the 12th. Mate, I can't wait. So what is coming in Season 3? Now, this is dated yesterday, the 1st of May. Today is the 2nd of May in Australia. So this is brand new. This is an update on what they're going to do, how they're going to fix things. So we'll go through it. We're continuing our focus on improving the core Battlefield experience. This includes ongoing work around combat feel, responsiveness, and readability, while also expanding the scale and variety of experience available across the game. Alongside these improvements, Season 3 introduces some of the most exciting additions yet, including, as we know, Railway to Goldman or Goldman Railway, massive map in Battlefield 4. The introduction of ranked battle royale, starting with quads through our Battlefield labs in live experience, and more updates that we're looking forward to share with you soon. Now, as we said, we all know about Railway to Goldman, massive map. It was huge on Battlefield 4. They've got an overview on it. You can have a look at it if you want. I'm not going to drag it all up, but it looks more condensed in Battlefield 6 than what it was in Battlefield 4. A lot more going on, so it's going to be great for jets, tanks, jeeps, infantry. Can't wait. So this is a part where I'm interested in because, as I said, there is a lot of changes. And we'll get down to, as I said, the mortars. We'll get down to that in a minute. So throughout season 2, we've made a series of improvements to hit registration, netcode feedback, and overall combat readability. It didn't work. I thought that we still had issues with netcoding and hit registry, but that was just me. This includes clearer hit audio, more consistent projectile and tracer behavior, and improved visibility of network conditions, helping make incoming damage easier to understand in the moment. Because sometimes you just got hit. Especially, I think they were meant to fix the claymores, and you were still getting hit by claymores you didn't even see. We shared more detail of this work on our quality of life blog, which I've seen. And with season 3, we're building on this with additional updates aiming at making combat feel more responsive, readable, and consistent. You can expect clearer communication of incoming damage, faster feedback when taking damage or being eliminated, and overall improvements to how engagements play out in a fast-paced situation. I really hope that they fix a lot of those problems because sometimes you just didn't even know where you're getting hit. We've also continued to evaluate weapon behavior and the time to kill. Some of them, I don't know what it was, but some you'd be just throwing a whole clip into someone and they were just not dying. I don't know what was going on. Our focus here is on improving consistency, as I just said, and depth and making it more demanding and hit targets at longer ranges while encouraging more controlled and deliberate engagements. As part of this, we're making adjustments to recoil behavior across inputs, including reducing how much recoil is automatically mitigated on controller. Wow, there we go. So obviously, they're going to look at certain guns on controller that obviously don't have no recoil, and I've used a lot of them, helping bring consistency across different control schemes. These changes aim to make weapon performance easier to understand while rewarding positioning and accuracy across different combat ranges. In parallel, we will continue to test combat-focused updates throughout Battlefield Labs. This includes continuing improvements to hit registration netcoding. I hope they fix that. I really, really hope they fix that, as well as targeting improvements to soldier visibility on Season 3. Yeah, because there's been some times, I don't know whether anyone else has had it, but there's been some times where I just haven't seen the soldier and I've been pinged. That could be just me because I'm a shit player. But anyway, additionally, we're also exploring new ways to better communicate weapon behavior, including experiment features that help visualize dispersions while aiming down sight. All right, some of these improvements will begin rolling out in Season 3. Here we go. This is the one. This is the one. This is the mortar change that's going to be happening. And so you people, you Battlefield players out there that want to camp and sit in the back of your map with your mortar, with your ammo crate, this is for you because it ain't going to happen anymore. It is not going to happen anymore. So, mortar changes explained. We are continuing to see discussions around the role of the mortar, and we want to reinforce its identity as a team play focused tool. Team play, not sit in the back of your fucking spawn. The mortar is most effective when used in coordination with your squad, whether that's through suppressed fire or working alongside recon players to designate targets. Now, I've never thought of that before, but if you were on there with a recon player and you were sitting at the back somewhere or whatever, or up on a hill, and you drop your mortar down, that recon player could tell you where the enemy is, and off you go. So that's not a bad ploy, and maybe some do it, maybe some don't. Following our latest update in Hunter Prey, we made an adjustments to how mortars are resupplied from crates, increasing the resupply time from 10 seconds to 30 seconds, which I noticed because at the start you're able to go bang, bang, bang. It's a lot longer now to address feedback around frequency of use. With the launch of Season 3, we're introducing further adjustments that reinforce this role. Mortar no longer regenerates ammo while an active instance is deployed, and accuracy decreases at longer ranges, discouraging long-distance camping. So now you mortar fuckers out there, you cannot sit in your spawn and just use your mortar because your accuracy is going to be all up the shit. It is going to be fucking dog shit, just like your gameplay. All right, these changes are designed to encourage more active and coordinated gameplay. We will continue to monitor gameplay data and your feedback as these changes roll out, and we already have additional updates planned that build on the direction and the goal of to reinforce the more mobile shoot and scoot play styles rather than encouraging static long durations used from a simple position. Now that's brilliant. That is so brilliant because how many times now have you been on a map and you're getting hit by mortars and you can't get to them because they're sitting in the back of their spawn, just getting easy assists, easy kills. Vehicle updates. So they do need to update what happens with vehicles because there's a lot of inconsistency with damage rates and that for vehicles. We're continuing to review vehicle gameplay across Battlefield 6 with an initial focus on improvement to land vehicles, especially tanks. Feedback from our recent Discord community surveys, particularly around vehicles, has encouraged us to share a closer look at the changes coming to Season 3 and the thinking behind them. These updates focus on improving how vehicle combat feels moment to moment, making engagements easier to read, outcomes more consistent, and controls more responsive. We'll be sharing a dedicated. Yeah, they needed to fix that because the response time and not even hearing tanks or not even seeing tanks, and then all of a sudden they're there and they're just blowing you out of water. Now, one of the things that I'm interested in is the ping system improvements. Now, I didn't think there was any problem with the ping. Yeah, I could ping opposition players. But that comes, me personally, I think that comes back to when they bring in proximity chat because then you'll be able to talk to your blueberries and well and tell them where to go. So building on improvements introduced in Season 2, pinging will be more responsive and consistent. Yeah, actually, honestly, yeah, there's been a couple of times where I've tried to ping and it won't ping, and then there's other times where ping bangs straight away. We're also improving how pings are presented in combat. Danger and location pings will be streamlined to use the same shape, with danger pings identified by its red color, helping reduce visual clutter and making callouts easier to read during combat. Matchmaking. Yeah. The amount of times you get on a match and you got bots and they're just full of bots and you think, well, why? What's going on? No one wants to play. We're aware of ongoing discussions around matchmaking and are continuing to make adjustments to the back end to improve match availability and overall experiences. As we head into Season 3 and with the introduction of ranked battle royale, we'll be closely monitoring how matchmaking performs across our experiences, particularly in modes that require higher player counts. Our focus is on ensuring that players can consistently find matches while maintaining a quality gameplay experience. We also continue to evaluate how different playlists and experiences perform over time and how that impacts. Right. So playlist structural changes. We're updating how playlists and experiences are organized to help you get into matches faster. Thank fuck for that, because there's been times where, say, if I wanted to play squad deathmatch or team deathmatch, even Strike Force, you're just sitting there thinking, no one wants to play these modes. Surely there's somebody. Yeah, we've got 860 billion people or whatever, 8 billion people in the world, and no one's really playing those modes. Surely. You won't see major visual changes, but you'll notice a shift on how content is organized. And then we go on to Battle Royale, which is RedSec. We're making a number of updates. But as I said, the biggest the biggest thing for me was the mortar changes and how these people now are not going to be able to use mortars the way they use mortars in long distance. I think it's brilliant. I think it's great. Um, but there's a lot of changes out there coming, especially with the hit registration, net coding. It still needs to be fixed. I can't wait for Railway Goldman, but yeah, that's the latest updates that Battlefield have come out and brought out. That was dated the first, which, as I said, today in Australia it's the 2nd of May. This was so obviously it's new out everywhere. But yeah, it's big changes, especially with Mortar, and obviously they've looked at it, and obviously they listen. Not like Call of Duty, but with Battlefield they do. If you want to hear, see, or watch any more Battlefield content, leave a like, subscribe. I'll be bringing out videos, shorts. Mainly, I'm short form, laughing, hits and giggles. That's my game style. But I will bring out some informative pieces on Battlefield 6. So if you are, like and subscribe. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't really care as long as as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, and as long as you're enjoying what you're watching, don't be forced into like and subscribe to everything. But if you do, that'll be great. But anyway, that is me, Chico Bean. Say good day to your mum for me, and I'm out. Bye bye.